Welcome to This Explainer. Today we're diving into something just incredibly beautiful. We are taking the profound, nature-inspired wisdom of the philosopher Osho, and we're translating it into a literal guide for living what so many of us are desperately craving right now, a soft, intuitive, and fearless life. If you've been wanting to finally step out of that constant hustle culture, connect deeply with your feminine energy, and honestly just romanticize your everyday existence, well, you're in exactly the right place. So let's kick things off right away with a seriously powerful thought. Life begins where fear ends. Stepping out of fear is practically the ultimate permission slip to truly bloom, right? So often we hold ourselves back because we're terrified of being too much, or feeling too deeply, or just getting it wrong. But Osho's philosophy suggests that leaving that fear behind is literally the very first step to romanticizing your journey and stepping into your true, vibrant self.
All right, moving into section 1, you are a masterpiece, and this is all about self-acceptance.
To start dismantling that comparison trap we all fall into, we absolutely have to focus on radical self-acceptance. The crucial takeaway here is that you literally cannot be improved upon. Just sit with that for a second. We are constantly sold the idea that we need, a 10-step glow-up plan just to be worthy. But Osho says, drop the idea of becoming someone, because you are already a masterpiece. The goal isn't to change yourself or aggressively fix your so-called flaws. You simply have to realize your own inherent beauty and come to know the masterpiece that is already sitting right there. And this is the absolute core of true individuality. Nobody is superior. Nobody is inferior. But, nobody is equal either. We are all simply unique and completely incomparable. This is the ultimate mindset shift to eliminate jealousy. You are you and I am I. There is absolutely no need to compete with other women when we are all entirely incomparable. Your specific magic cannot be replicated. And once you truly internalize that, the urge to compare yourself just completely vanishes. So that brings us to section 2. Love is not possession, which is centered entirely on gentle appreciation. Let's reframe love for a minute, not as a grasping force, but as an act of pure, gentle appreciation. Osho uses this absolutely stunning metaphor. If you love a flower, you don't pick it up. Because if you pick it up, it dies, and it ceases to be what you love. So if you love a flower, you let it be. Isn't that a stunning way to view romance and connection? Love isn't about possessing someone, controlling them, or making them yours. It's entirely about appreciation. It's just a softer, far more beautiful way to love. So why do we try to possess? Well, this quote reveals that relationship anxiety almost always comes from a lack of inner grounding. The less you know about yourself, the more you want to possess the other. This ties right back to what we just talked about. When you deeply know your own inner masterpiece, you don't feel that frantic urge to cling to someone else for validation. When you're securely rooted in your own self-worth, you can let your partner be a flower that you simply admire and nurture without needing to pluck them from the ground. Osho also encourages us to stop overthinking and overanalyzing our relationships. If you're the kind of person who overanalyzes every single text message or tries to logically decode your feelings, take a deep breath and remember this. Don't try to understand love. Move into love. True knowing comes entirely out of simply experiencing it. Lean into the romance, the softness, the sheer experience of it, rather than trying to map it out like some sort of corporate project. Okay, section 3, roots of sadness, branches blooming. Let's take a look at emotional depth. Let's see how this builds into emotional depth, reframing the beautiful way we feel without falling into the trap of toxic positivity. Think of your joy and happiness as a tree stretching beautifully up into the sky. Happiness gives you height. It gives you branches. It allows you to reach for the light, to expand, to blossom, and to share your vibrant energy with the whole world around you. But here's the thing, and it's equally important. Sadness gives depth. Sadness gives roots. Osho describes sadness as going down into the womb of the earth to give you the foundation necessary to stand strong. As women, we are so often told to just smile, be perfectly happy all the time, and push away our heavier feelings. But your sadness isn't a flaw. It is literally the very thing grounding you and giving you your emotional depth. Which leads to this truly profound realization. The higher a tree goes, the deeper it goes simultaneously. Both of these emotions are desperately needed to flourish, to reach the sun, and to grow as a deeply feeling, intuitive woman. You absolutely must embrace both the roots and the branches. You can't have the magnificent, blooming heights of joy without the deep, grounding roots of sorrow. Honor all your feelings, guys. They're what make you whole. Moving right along to section 4, the art of surrender and finding inner peace. To get to that ultimate inner peace, we really have to let go of the constant hustle and fully embrace feminine receptivity. Osho warns us that the mind is a beautiful servant, but a very dangerous master. Your mind is a fantastic tool for, say, organizing your day or planning a trip, serving your intuitive self perfectly. But when it becomes the master, that's when overthinking, anxiety, and total burnout take over. We have got to stop letting our racing thoughts dominate our lives. So how exactly do we quiet that Molnister? Through what Osho defines as meditation. And I love this because it perfectly reframes mindfulness. It's not just another chore on your morning to-do list or a rigid practice you have to get perfect. He says it is a surrender. It is not you demanding things or forcing existence to listen to you. It is simply you softening, opening up, and listening to existence. It's the ultimate act of receptivity. Just breathing, being present, and letting the universe speak to you. Finally, we arrive at section 5, Life Beyond Fear, all about being fiercely present. As we start to wrap up this explainer, we need to look at what it actually means to be present in our own story. While it's lovely to have goals, aspirations, and a destination in mind, you have to remember this. Be grateful to your destination, but do not forget your journey. Don't be in such a huge rush to get to the next milestone that you completely miss the beauty of today. Romanticize the daily journey. Make your morning coffee a whole ritual. Notice the way the light comes through your window. The magic isn't waiting for you at the finish line. It is happening right now in the very process of getting there. I want to leave you with this final, incredibly provocative thought to carry with you today. The real question is not whether life exists after death. The real question is whether you are alive before death. Are you truly living? Are you letting yourself bloom, feeling your emotions deeply and loving without possession? Don't wait for some arbitrary future moment to begin. The masterpiece is you, and the time is right now. So tell me, are you truly letting yourself come alive?